Hello and welcome back to Europe 1100. I've just had my coffee, so we are ready to go and fight this guy. Now, he does have 10 less troops than we do, so I'm thinking we're going to be fine. I was actually kind of wondering whether I should continue with this action because, and here's the thing, we have 10 wounded troops. And I was kind of thinking, hey, maybe I should wait. Maybe that would be a good idea, you know? Maybe it would be a much better idea for us to actually just wait. Oh. What? Are you joking right now? Are you joking with this weather? And are you joking with oh, I can barely see anything. What? Can I retreat from this? Can I retreat and just go back in and get a different lighting situation? Or, yeah, I guess I'll just retreat and just generally leave. I'm a little bit worried that he's going to get away now because I didn't want to fight in the dark. That was so incredibly dark, I wasn't even able to see in front of me, which, in my opinion, shouldn't really be the case. But yeah, now we're going to have this situation on our hands, where we have a bunch of vassals coming in, and I'm not really a big fan of fighting with other vassals, mostly because if I fight with allied vassals, they are basically useless. They really do not help me at all. They are usually so incredibly passive. But thankfully, we don't have to worry about that now, because we can just go straight on in here. That other fellow just decided to ignore us entirely, which was actually very surprising. I'm not entirely sure what he was even doing. And it has been brought to my attention that the reason why I can't use my bow on horseback is because it's a longbow. I didn't actually realize that when I equipped it. I thought to myself, oh, this bow is so much better than my previous one. Now we know why. Because most of the time, longbows are indeed going to be better in almost every single respect than short bows, because of course they are, because they have much, you know, more strict requirements, I guess you could kind of call it, because obviously we're then not on foot and we have to use it on a mount. So I will have to try and get that particular perk to enable me to use a bow on horseback. I think I need some more riding skill, don't I? But now me doing that really weird thing where I basically decided that I was going to spec into ranged accuracy decreases instead of the other thing kind of, well, makes me feel bad, because now I'm just like, well, I just wasted that perk. But I suppose it's not going to be a waste once we do have the ability to use our ranged solution. Once we have unlocked that perk that allows us to use longbows on horseback. But, yeah, that just goes to show. It just goes to show. If something is really good, and I'm talking about statistically here, this is just a lesson for, you know, those of you that may be similar to myself, where you might not pay too much attention to what you're equipping because you're just so blown away by the stats that you're thinking, yes, this is amazing. I want to use this particular thing because it is just so amazing. Well, yeah, take a double look at it, you know, just look at it again and just see whether it is actually as good as you think, because it could very well be a longbow like I have, and then you're not going to be able to use it. So anyway, we were able to achieve victory. This is basically just for the influence, to be honest. And obviously the renown is quite significant too. All right, I'm actually just going to let these guys go, to be honest. Ooh, nice. We've got some pretty good troops here. I will take the caravan guards and rescue them, primarily because they are literally just mounted. That's it. I just want to get as many mounted troops as possible, so that's exactly what I'll be doing here. I have way too many prisoners now, which is actually quite weird. All right, I guess I'll get rid of some Tier 4s then, and that's all I can actually get rid of. Okay, what about this one then, I suppose? Yeah, alright, let's move on. I don't really want to take the Irish armed traders at the moment. Oh, a Manavlion. Oh yeah, if I was using a polearm, this would definitely be a really nice thing for us to go for here. This bow over here is, as you can quite clearly tell, much better than my current bow in every single statistic. However, again, it is a longbow, and I will need 50 in bows to be able to use that. So basically, what I'm going to need to do is I will need to use Wow, I can't believe I'm actually going to have to use a really terrible bow here. I guess this one. Gonna have to use that for the moment, and then we'll just have to swap that out for when we actually do get it. Let me just make sure that this is the best one. Yeah, apparently it is. And we have a large bag of bodkin arrows. Got 2 of those, so might as well just use 2 so that we have as many chances to level up our archery as we can, right? Yeah, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, kind of. Anyway, we were able to achieve victory. We did lose a little bit of our forces, but that shouldn't really impact us too much as we go on and attempt to help out Elspeth here. She is indeed actually making him run away. I'm quite surprised about that. And why am I speaking to you? I did not click on you. Okay, that's a bit weird. Okay, yeah, that's fine. What actually happened right there? I have no idea. Okay, that was really weird. I thought I clicked on the enemy, not on her, but oh well. Never mind. So it says here, you can deflect projectiles with 2-handed swords by blocking. Yeah. Okay, so obviously from this, I've never actually seen this work, by the way. I have never, ever seen this work. So this is obviously a bit of a funny thing for me to take, but it's probably just because I've never tried it, you know, because I never think to myself, oh yes, I have a 2-handed, I will definitely be able to block arrows. But apparently I am able to. I've just never given it a go. Maybe we should try it out, you know? Maybe we should try it out sometime. But obviously at the moment I am using a hammer, and that is not gonna... It says 2-handed swords, not 2-handed weapons. So I won't be able to actually utilize it anyway. Which is actually kind of sad. I actually feel like that's kind of sad, but understandable. Because of course, this hammer, the croquet mallet, as I like to call it, does not have any ability to block things, because, I mean, look at it, you know, the handle is so incredibly thin, it's impossible to block anything with that. So, yeah, in comparison to a sword, that is, of course. Anyway, yeah, the enemy, oh, no wonder she was running away. She basically has no cavalry whatsoever. This is going to be a very, very easy battle for us. Hopefully I'm not going to get myself eliminated. It's actually quite funny. The I don't actually want to spoil unless you know, in case you're going to watch the other Europe 1100 series, so I won't actually mention exactly what happened in that, but events that transpired in the other Europe 1100 series, the one with Mengus Ironbelly, who, you know, for those of you that have watched, you know how much of a legendary character he is. But yeah, that was actually one of the very few series where I had such a rare thing happen to me that has very not, well, it's very uncommon for it to happen in general, but it happened, and I was actually extremely surprised, and it kind of makes me wary. It kind of makes me wary now that it might happen again. So that's what I'm going to be on the lookout for, that sort of thing, you know. It's actually quite funny me trying to talk in code so that we don't have any spoilers here, just in case. Anyway, I'm gonna let them go once again. I just want to try to level up my charm skill as much as we possibly can. I'm not actually going to be taking any of these troops or rescuing them at all, even though it would probably be a good idea, maybe? Okay, fine. We'll take some of them, because what we can do with them is we can take them over to the nearby town, and we might be able to donate them. Yeah, Galway is over here, so why not? Let's, yeah, I mean, maybe we can make it work. I don't know, maybe we can do that. Yeah, donate troops to the garrison. Yeah, this is going to literally give me nothing at all, isn't it? It is literally going to give me, yeah, as you can see, it literally gives me 2 influence. That is basically pointless. I don't see the point in doing that, to be honest. But there you go, nevertheless. Okay, well, let's go in here. Do we have... Oh, yeah, you're going to have nothing at all, aren't you? Yes, they don't. They are testing me now. They are testing me with this. Okay, so as you can see, my automated, you know, upgrade thing has just given me that other bow once again, which, of course, is the right decision, but we just can't use it on a mount. So obviously, you know, that's not really going to work out too well. What about other people? There we go. Everyone else is doing that. I'm just going to have to re-equip this once again. I'm just going to actually put that on lock just to make sure that that doesn't happen anymore. And then we can just sell everything, and we're going to get 15,000 from that stuff. 15,000, that's absolutely insane. We might be able to get even more actually if I sell more of it. Yes, indeed, we are able to. And my food situation is going very well too. So let me just sell a little bit of grain right here. And we actually have a pretty significant amount of trade goods as well. Obviously, I did want to try and earn as much steward skill as I could. Because that's actually, well, directly influencing how much how much power we have overall, because we're obviously we're going to be able to you know, field much larger armies then. But you know, doing that obviously does make things a little bit uncomfortable in general, because, well, then we have to pay a significant amount of cash. Okay, so hello there. There's another vassal right here. We're going to be attacking him. I'm just going to go for the auto-resolve here. As you can see, a cavalry gain a large bonus.
I give up.
Boom. Nice and easy right there. We're gaining so much in the form of charm skill here, which is really, really nice, actually. Quite surprised. I don't know actually why I decided to take the other woman prisoner, to be honest. I think I'm probably just going to let her go. Let's just speak to her and say, hello, please go away. And I've decided to free you. You may go. Did I not get... Oh, come on. Are you joking? Okay, I was kind of hoping that maybe she would be a little bit pleased about that. Obviously, I did take her prisoner initially, so of course that is going to make a, I guess, a little bit of a difference about how she feels. Maybe her attitude is a little bit annoyed, but I was kind of hoping that maybe we would gain just a small amount of relation for freeing her, because we didn't actually go for a ransom or anything like that, so I was kind of hoping it would be... you know, just a little bit. But no, apparently not. Anyway, there's Harry over there. We might want to fight him. Got a bunch of people in the area. Basically, all I want to do right now is fight, fight, fight. Because I want to get breeder skill. That is my most important thing. And I want that as soon as possible. Let me just see here. Yeah, I just need to be the party leader. That's very, very easy to do. Alright. So yeah. This is literally the only reason why I want to do this. So let's actually try and get writing skill a little bit differently this time. Now, I don't know whether you know this, but generally you can level up writing skill. I don't know whether this has actually been changed. Maybe it's been changed, maybe it hasn't. But if it still works like it used to, then getting ranged attacks, successful ranged attacks, make much more difference in how fast you're able to level your writing skill than getting melee attacks. This is not necessarily always the case, because let's face it, sometimes you're going to be a lot more effective using melee attacks. For example, let's say that you're using a polearm. Then in that case, writing skill is probably going to be really, really useful for you. But from my perspective, using a bow is probably going to be very, very good here, because I am going to be able to hopefully do... Oh, wow, I'm going to do very little damage, aren't I? Yes. Yeah, this is maybe not going to work out too well, but maybe we can get to 50 in bows? I mean, I've got 4 focus points in bow, but it doesn't seem to really do much. I mean, as you can see here, I'm gaining one focus point every few shots, and I am hitting people from a pretty fair distance away, but yeah, I mean, look at that. There's a headshot, and I only gained 1 focus point. That is so weird. Well, I mean, 1 skill point, even. Anyway, let's just tell my forces to auto-delegate here. I was actually kind of hoping I'd be able to make a bit more of an inroad here with my riding skill, but you can see, I think they may have changed that, actually. It feels like they might have changed it, because back then, if you were to get a shot from a really large distance away, you'd gain a lot of... Yeah, look, there we go. There's some riding skill. There's some riding skill. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more than that, and these guys are annoying me, so I will just bonk him. I will try to bonk him in the face. Let me see if I can get him. Oh, and we knocked him off his mount and took him down. There we go. That is what you get, sir. Yes, you were annoying me, and now, well, now look what's happened. Yes, exactly. He got what he deserved, let's just say that. And now we can actually do a little bit of something here. We might be able to do some extra damage. Just give me some riding skill. I just want riding skill. I literally just want riding skill right now. There we go. We're getting some. It's not going to be amazing because we're not really traveling very fast. I think that's the main thing, I think, that you have to consider when leveling up riding skill, or indeed athletics as well. It's all about how fast you are in hitting the opponent, because that's the reason why, you know, you can get a significant amount by charging really, really fast and then firing your bow and just hoping that you get a kill. Because if you can do that, you're going to level up your bow skill and you're going to level up your riding skill very, very quickly. At least, as I say, that is how it used to be. And I remember very vividly doing that on any horse archer character that I had in the past, and gaining multiple skill points every single shot, just because I was able to deal some decent damage, nothing too amazing, but just some decent damage here and there. And then as a result, I was able to get, you know, 10, 15, 20 skill points alone just from doing that strategy. And it was very effective. Unfortunately, I don't know whether that's been changed, as I say, but it feels to me like it might have. Anyway, let's just do this. I kind of want to get to 100 charm. I don't think 100 charm is really going to give me anything, but I'm going to try for it nevertheless. Going to leave these prisoners behind. I don't really have the time to go and just, you know, sort out all my prisoners and everything, and I don't really have that much space anyway, because obviously we're attempting to try and convert them. Now, the main reason, and this is a thing that I actually did in the previous Europe 1100 series as well as in the course of various other series too, the main reason why I don't take prisoners usually is because they take too long. They take too long to convert. And while it is an absolutely wonderful and very effective way to gain power, it is very difficult to get them to join you. As you can see right here, you're going to need conformity. As you see here, after this prisoner gains 243 conformity, one more prisoner will be available for recruitment. And obviously, you're going to need a significant amount of conformity to be able to make this happen on a large scale. Now, what's really amazing, and this is something that I actually want to show you right now, I'm not sure where it is. Where is that perk? If you know what perk I'm talking about, you'll know what I'm getting at here. But basically, there is a perk. I'm not sure if it's in the... I don't think it's in the roguery tree. I think it's somewhere else. But there is a perk that allows you... It might be the leadership tree, actually. It might be leadership. Yeah, I think it might be leadership. So if I level up, I'm probably going to get another point in leadership or something like that. Anyway, oh no, here it is. Oh, this is absolutely perfect. Never mind. Oh, I was actually really, really hoping that we would be able to get this rather soon. But yeah, anyway, this is the perk I was talking about. The very one. Wow, what good timing. What good timing that is. Anyway, as you can see, plus 50% recruitment rate of tier 4 plus prisoners. This is amazing. I don't know why you would take Fervent Attacker. I personally don't feel like this is actually going to make any difference whatsoever to anything that you do. In my opinion, at least, I don't think that this is actually useful at all. But this is going to make a huge difference. It really is. It's going to make so much of a difference to recruiting these tier 4 plus prisoners. And that's exactly what we're going for. Because, of course, every single noble troop in Europe 1100 is tier 4 and above. So every single one, obviously, is now going to be that much easier for us to recruit. Because obviously beforehand, well, as you no doubt saw, it was very slow. But now not so much. So I'm very much looking forward to it. Okay, so unfortunately, because I am not a vassal, which I'm kind of now wondering whether I should become one, but I'm also thinking to myself, yeah, do I really want to do that? Do I really want to become a vassal? Because if I do become a vassal, I'm not going to have the mercenary contract, and I'm going to have to deal with my own wages, which is going to be a little bit of a... maybe a little bit of a troublesome situation. I am wondering whether I will go for... I think I'll go for Drill Sergeant, because even though 7 Veterans does give you plus 4 daily experience for tier 4 plus troops... I don't really care about that, because getting tier 4 plus troops additional experience and getting them 4 experience every single day, I just don't think that really has any significant impact in comparison to being able to level up your tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 troops that much faster. Although, to be fair, those fellows already level up relatively quickly. But I just think that for daily experience, it's not really going to do much for the higher tier troops instead of giving it to the lower tier ones. So I'm going to take Drill Sergeant here, because I mean, if you take a look in it, this is obviously if we go into it a little bit heavier here. For example, let's say that you want to level up this guy. Wait a minute. Oh no, it actually doesn't tell me how much experience. Ah, there we go, there we go. Okay, so as you can see, this fellow literally needs 1300 experience to be able to level up to the next tier. And obviously I don't have a war mount at the moment. So if you think about it, this guy's tier 4. I would get 4 daily experience every single day if I took that other perk. And then, well, how many days is that going to take? It's going to take a huge amount of time just from that one perk. And me personally, I think those perks are absolutely just awful. No offense. I really just think that they are some of the worst perks that I have ever seen, because it's literally like, well, 4 daily experience, what does that really do? It doesn't do anything, to be honest. And yes, I know there are going to be some people that will say, well, it's all additive. It is all additive. There are other perks that you can get that will increase the overall experience gain that your troops are going to get. And obviously it's additive in relation as well to your overall experience gain in general. So for example, if you're fighting caravans like I'm doing right now, or if you're fighting looters or anything like that, of course you're going to then be able to maximize the experience gain from that too. So gaining 4 experience, well, I still think it's absolutely hilariously bad, but some people seem to think it's good. So, if you think it's good, then that's great. That's good for you, But for me personally, I do not like it one bit. I think it's absolutely pointless. But obviously for lower tier troops, I think it's okay. For lower tier ones, I don't actually have any lower tier troops right now, so I can't actually show you how much experience it would actually take to level up. Like, for example, a tier 1. If I had a tier 1 person, then I could show you how much it takes to level up one of those guys. Because it's probably going to take quite some time anyway, so even 2 experience for them is not going to be that useful. But it's going to be more useful than 4 experience for a tier 4 unit, that's for sure. Or at least I think so. Anyway, we can hopefully try to get my riding skill to 175. I really need it. I need it super badly. Maybe we... You know what? Maybe we want to go into a tournament. Yeah, the problem with tournaments in Ireland and... I mean in general in the British Isles, it is going to be very difficult to actually get a horse. Because usually the various rounds, they're going to give you a bow, they're going to give you a 2-handed, they'll give you a 1-handed and a shield. Most of the time, they're not going to give you a mounted round at all. So that's obviously going to be a bit of an issue in itself. It's going to be quite difficult for us to actually make anything happen there. So that leaves me with the next point. We're probably going to be moving away from the British Isles in upcoming episodes. Not sure when that's going to happen. Maybe after this episode, I'll do a little bit of exploring or something like that, and we'll see what happens. Because as it stands right now, I do need to find some more war mounts. We don't have any... Well, we do have some villages that obviously produce them, but they are very far and few between. They're just... There's 2. There's 2 or 3 of them, and that's it. And so obviously that's a little bit, that's not very good. So obviously it would be very, very nice if we could actually do something about that. In other words, if we could find, a place, someone actually recommended going to the Middle East, going to Jerusalem, and so on and so forth, near around there. I actually don't know how far away that actually is from where we currently are. I'm going to assume it's a long, long way, and I'm not sure if I mean, I do have enough money to be able to make it there, I suppose. I mean, it depends on if I'm going to have to use any ferries or not. But the thing that we've got to realize is, obviously, I do have my ships now, so technically I would be able to go all the way around here. Where is that? It's going to be down here somewhere, right? Where is it? Is it... Wait a minute. I have no idea. It's gonna be. Is it further than this? Is it really further than this? Is it all the way down? No, no. This is at the end of the end of it. So I have no idea. No, I have no clue. Well, it doesn't really matter either way. Basically, there it is. I just didn't see it. All right, so that's it down there. So if we can actually go here in this area, and this is actually accessible through the ocean, so this would actually be not too bad. We might be able to get there within probably not that much time. I'm gonna say probably about an in-game week. An in-game week to sail there through my boats and so on and so forth. That might actually be relatively decent. So yeah, maybe we want to do that. Anyway, we'll go for young and respectful right here because gaining relation with the same gender is probably a little bit more important because most lords are male, so that's what we're going to go for. I don't actually need additional leadership skill any further because I actually got the perk that I wanted, but I am going to be going for leadership skill anyway, because it kind of makes sense. I already have Steward kind of with 2 focus points here, so it's going to still level up quite nicely, and my leadership skill is also going to level up nicely now as well. It's not going to level up amazingly, but it's going to be okay, you know, it's going to be fine. Alright, so let's actually see what's going on here. What is actually happening? Oh, they're fighting one of our caravans. I'm not a big fan of you fighting these caravans, sir, so I will be attacking you. I'm a bit worried about this, actually. Okay. Oh, look at that. We finally have someone that can actually join us. Very nice indeed. Okay, that's what we like to see. All right, so we do have... Oh, wow. We have a significant advantage here. I'm actually rather surprised. Why do we have such a... Is it because my forces are so good? Or is it just because these forces... Well, the enemy forces are so weak? I actually don't know, but... We still want to get to 175. This is going to be imperative. So I will try for some very high-risk maneuvers here. Oh, that was nice. That was real nice. Can I get another one of those, please? Okay, that was pretty good too. Didn't kill him, unfortunately, but it was enough to get a decent hit. I need to actually kill enemies, actually, though, to gain the most experience. There we go. Nice. Knocked him off his mount. Come on. More of these. More kills. More kills. More kills. Thank you. How many how many points have I gotten so far in riding skill? I haven't actually seen. Did I get any? Did I get any at all? I'm now thinking that I got none. There we go. Oh, we're at 171. Yes. 171. Come on. Let's will it. Let's will it into existence, shall we? Let's make it so that it happens in this very battle. That would be amazing. If we can actually get that happening, we will be infinitely pleased, because then I can actually head back to England. I can go into Northampton's village, and I can just be like, yes, give me your 2 war mounts, please. And then I'll I will just hope and basically pray to the horse gods to give me to give me as many war mounts as possible. That's pretty much what we've got to go for here. Anyway, there we go. We didn't actually get to 175, by the way, so that's very sad, but oh well, never mind. We're getting some nice experience, some really, really good influence as well. And obviously charm skill. So the charm skill is leveling up quite nicely too. Anyway, we're going to take another one of these, another one of those. Oh, wow, we have way too many of these now. Okay, going to get rid of those, I suppose, and... I'll get rid of the lower tier ones, I guess. Yeah, that's gonna have to be the case here, unfortunately. We'll take all of these. I can equip nothing, unfortunately. David can get something as well. And all of my caravans have been eliminated, by the way. I don't know whether you noticed that in the last couple of in-game days. The last one of my caravans was eliminated, so that's very sad. But... you know, that's just how it goes. I'm actually quite surprised that they did not decide to leave the Isles. I don't know why they're still sort of sticking around here. You know, like, they are indeed caravans, so I was kind of half expecting them to leave and go onto the mainland of Europe and actually see what's going on there. But apparently they didn't want to do that for some reason. I don't know why. So they seem to just be sticking around, and I'm just going to get rid of some of this stuff. Do we have a bunch of saddles and things? Yeah, I mean, we've got a a couple. That doesn't really make any difference at all. And we barely have any money in the town here, so that's very sad. But there we have it. There's another 13,000. I'm gonna go into the tournament here as well, and we're gonna get some braces for it. Ugh. Okay, I'm not really looking forward to that. I guess they're not that. Yeah, they're not that great, but it is going to give me 6 renown, which I guess is kind of useful. I was actually doing a tournament the other day, and I was practicing kicking. Yeah. Because as you can no doubt tell, if you've seen my series before, you know that I'm not actually a big fan of kicks, right? I don't like the way the kicking system is implemented, because it basically makes it so that you're very immobile when you do it. Yeah, it's very difficult to recover from it. Obviously, this is just me specifically talking from my own experience, because I'm just not very good at using it, personally. So I was obviously just trying, hey, you know what? I'm just going to try it out a little bit, you know, try it out, see how it goes. And well, I can report that it doesn't really seem to do much for me. Because the stun that it provides is too short to actually give you any meaningful opening. But obviously, maybe I need to spec into something that actually provides me with a little bit more of an opening, because there is actually a perk, I think in one-handed skill or something like that. I'm not sure if it also increases the stun from kicks, but it increases the stun from shield bashes. So, for example, I'm just going to show you here. Let's see what this guy does. So I'm going to... No, he's moving back, you see. So the kick actually doesn't work, as you see. Ah, now I can actually do it. So there's the kick, and... That was... Okay, that was very funny. That was very funny. I was not expecting him to bounce off the back wall and then go flop. Oh, that was hilarious. Okay, well, there you go. There was... that was certainly not what I was expecting at all. That was... the ragdolls in the game are sometimes very amusing, and I very much appreciate those. Anyway, there you go. We were able to achieve victory in the tournament there. That's great. And yeah, we've got a huge amount of influence as well, by the way, and that influence is of course going to be converted into mercenary wages, and that's exactly what we love. Look at this. Look at how much my mercenary contract's giving me. 3,700 every single day. Obviously my wages themselves are indeed increasing as we level up our forces too. And I actually wonder whether I should maintain my war mounts right now. Let me actually just have a quick look. I have 1 war mount, and that's it. Yep. 1 war mount. That's really, really disappointing. I will have to do something about that. Okay, well, we can take this guy down at the very least. He's going to be super easy to eliminate. There we are. We can take another one of these guys, and then we can just move on. Oh, I think I got another war mount. It seems like, you know what? It seems like getting war mounts is... Is it much easier getting them from battles than it is in the base game? I don't actually know. I think it is still pretty difficult to get them in general, but what I am very surprised about, by the way, is the Scottish vassals. Have you noticed what they're actually doing? Yeah, they're doing nothing. As you can see, look at this. This castle has been here for the entire time that we've been at war. And how long have we been at war? Let's take a look. We've been at war for a month, almost. For an entire month, 27 days, and they have not decided to do anything at all. It's actually very surprising. I don't know why. They haven't really called me for any reason either. They haven't really said to me, oh, Beartilde, would you mind helping with this? You know, they haven't actually said anything in regards to that. So that actually makes me really, really, like, confused, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.